Okay, we're going to take you through creating a digital portfolio, but we're going to use a vertical navigation versus a horizontal. And we're going to, first, before we get too far into this, I want you to go into my Outbox, go to the S drive, Outbox, Penner, and then there's a folder called Digital Portfolio. So if you go into the digital portfolio, okay, go ahead and browse for the web design folder in my Outbox, and then in there's a digital portfolio folder. I want you to copy some of these backgrounds. We're just going to use a plain, fairly plain colored background, so just choose one that you like. Choose a couple of these pictures. You might already have some of them, but you can hold down the Control key and then click if you don't want them all, and then right click and copy them, and then go to your home directory and then paste them in your digital portfolio folder. So you go to H and then go to your digital portfolio folder and then paste some of those pictures there for us to use. And go ahead and close that. Now in EnView you're going to do a new page, and we're going to go to Format, Page Colors and Background. You're going to use Custom Colors and then choose Background. Cancel that. Background Image and choose File. And then if you click up here you can choose Thumbnails, and then find one of the backgrounds that you like. Just one of the backgrounds is good. I'm going to choose the other one here. And then click OK. Okay, so now you've got your background color. So instead of doing the horizontal navigation table like we did in the last one, we're going to use a vertical navigation. So we're going to click on Table, and we're going to do a 6x2 table. Okay, then it might look like this when it comes in there. So then go to Table, Table Properties, and if yours doesn't look as wide as mine, then you could do 100% of window, or you could do 80% of the window here under Columns and apply that. Let's go to Table, Table Properties, and you want to align your table to the center, and that should place it in the middle of your page, and then click OK. Okay, now what we're going to end up doing is joining some cells together. So we're going to highlight these first two cells and right click and join them. And then we're going to center, and we're going to type in here credentials. It's going to be our credentials page. Over on the left, let's go ahead, and this first category is going to be resume. Don't worry about the fact that all these tables are moving over the cells. We'll eventually arrange it. And then we're going to do letters of recommendation, and then we're going to do a transcript, and then we're going to do goal statement, and then you always need a link back to your home. So click Home there. And then over on the right, we're going to highlight those cells and right click and join those cells. And we can start arranging this a little bit. So we're going to highlight these, and let's go ahead and make the fonts a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to Format, Page Colors and Background. I'm going to change my normal text. I'm going to go with maybe white here. And then click OK. Now you can change the background color. Let's go ahead and change the background color of our navigation. So if you right click and do table or cell background color and make sure that you're in cell here, and then I'm going to pick, you know, a cell background color that you like, and then click OK. And then we're going to highlight credentials as our title. I'm going to make my font a little male. And then I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. So go ahead and then you're going to click in this right cell and click center. And then we're going to click on image and choose file. And we are going to pick, I'm going to pick one of the more credentials looking pictures here. And then you need to give it alternative text which describes the picture if their pictures don't show up, and then click OK. Now remember, it's better to pick a larger picture file when you're downloading it. See how when I make this a little bit bigger it's going to pixelate it a little bit, but for now I'm going to use that one. And then what I want to do is change the background color of this cell, so I'm going to highlight or be in this cell, right click, table or cell background color, and then I'm going to go ahead and change that to be something like that. And so we're going to go ahead and see what it looks like in a web browser. So we're going to go to File and Save As. Give it a credentials page name. And then you want to save it in your digital portfolio folder and click Save. I already have one, so I'm going to make this like YouTube. Okay. And then I'm going to minimize this. Go ahead and open up your digital portfolio folder, and then we'll go down and open up your credentials. Open up your credentials page in a web browser so you can see what that looks like. Okay, well my credentials not centered and the others not centered, but I will worry about that here in a little bit. I'm going to change my, you don't have to change this, I'm just going to change my this and see if that helps out a little bit. Okay, so now you have your credentials page. Oh, that's working right, but sometimes sometimes things don't like to center unless you do it initially. So I'm going to try this one more time and see if I can get mine to center a little bit. And save. Yeah, it's still being fussy. Again, if this happens to you in EnView, sometimes it's just easier. I'm going to delete this row. You don't have to do this again unless you're having issues, but then I'm going to right click, table insert, a row above, and I'm going to reinsert that row. I'm going to highlight and join these cells, and then I'm going to click center, and then try this again. And then I'm going to make this a little larger like I had it. I'm going to go to right click, table or cell background color. Basically I just recreated what I had here. And then now it's working right. So sometimes it's just fussy. What you can try to do, I'd like you to take off the cell background color. If you go to File or Table and Table Properties, change your border to be 0 and apply that and see what that looks like. And then save and refresh, and now it looks like more of a navigation.